Hey guys, this is Marianne. Now, at the time of this recording, on Sunday, I went to go and see Jumanji, the next level in theaters. At the moment here in Sydney, they're re-releasing some of the movies that didn't get such a wide release first time around, just before COVID hit. And one of those casualties was Jumanji, the next level. I walk it in, was a massive fan. Well, I was a fan of Jumanji, the OG one. I've also seen Zanthura as well, which takes the concept of Jumanji and takes it to the space era or space area. And then just before I saw Jumanji the next level, I had to watch the Welcome to the Jungle. So I treated myself and picked up the 3 movies. Now I'm gonna go over the 3 movies because these 3 actually link up with each other. Now, Jumanji, it is in 86, Robbie Williams' character Alan plays a game of Jumanji with a girl called Sarah. And then his turn, he gets sucked in to the game. And he could not come out unless a 5 or an 8 was rolled. That didn't happen until 26 years later, when the house that Alan lived with his parents gets picked up by Judy and Peter's aunt. And doing some exploration of the attic, Peter finds the game, which you can actually buy the actual Jumanji game. Have I done it yet? Nope, but it's on my bucket list. And Judy and Peter both played. Now, I believe it was Peter rolled the magic number, which brought Alan out of the game and into the real world. And the game goes through and they pretty much finish the game and all goes back to normal, sort of. Judy, Sarah, and Alan go back to 86 and have to wait to meet Judy and Peter. Now, jumping ahead from 86, if you remember the end of the movie, Alan and Sarah drop Jumanji into the water. We pick up again later in 96 with I will get his name. We pick up again with Colin Haynes' character. I'm going to call him that because that's who he gets to play in 90, I think it's 17, my bad. His dad finds a particular game. He throws it aside. What does Jumanji do? Turns it into a game cartridge. This movie and the next level both happen inside of the game and not the game come into our world. So, about 20 years later, a bunch of kids are thrown into detention. And one of the kids finds the game in their high school basement and decides to start playing. And the four of them get sucked into the games. Now, these actors, Dwayne, Jack, I think it's Casey, and Kevin, are all the avatars that these teens picked. And they go through the game and they actually bump into Colin's character, who is played to the hilt by Nick Jonas. And they actually go through what would have been the experience that Alan Parrish would have gone through. So it's pretty much a continuation of this one. So everything that these avatars would have picked, I'm sure Alan would have experienced. And they managed to come out of the game. Spoiler alert. And then about a year later, because this is actually Christmas 17, I would classify this as the next Christmas. The character of Spencer, he's feeling very, very alone, and all of them have really changed from their experiences in Jumanji. And they all go off. Spencer goes to NYU. One of them also, all of them go their separate ways. Fridge goes to college to pursue his gridiron career, and the two girls are very much college. And the character of Brittany, she decides to go and do humanitarian. But Spencer still feels very, I would say, alone and very really unsure of himself. So Christmas comes back, they all decide we will go back and see each other. And that's where we pick up this movie. We discover that Spencer, after Fridge destroyed the game console, Spencer went back and found it and was starting to put it back together again. And the game malfunctions, putting Bethany in the right one, which was her, but not Fridge. He actually goes into Jack's character. And to join them is Spencer's grandpa, played deliciously in the real world by Danny DeVito, and his old restaurant buddy, played in the real world by Danny Glover. Now, this gets quite funny. And the game actually changes. It's not the same game that they remember. Brittany is left behind. So she decides, I need to find someone who could help then she remembers, I'll go and see Colin. And he helps them out. A new character is being added to this bunch, played in this one by I cannot pronounce her name. I think it's Agrafia, who I actually know from work in the Ocean's 8 movie. I believe she was also in Crazy Rich Asians, I believe, but don't quote me on that. And they, well, I'm not going to spoil this one, but it is definitely the same, a lot of the same charm that is in this one that crosses over from at least Welcome to the Jungle to a necessary extent Jumanji. And I think if you're a fan of at least Welcome to the Jungle, I would say either, if you can, see this in theaters, or I would say rent this sucker, because I thought it was an absolute hysterical movie, and I wish she would do more comedies and less more action movies, which I know her specifically from the MCU and Doctor Who. I think it's Aquafina, that's her name. I think this movie definitely is a very much in league with the other ones, and I was cracking up. I think the jokes are funny. An element that was added to this really gave a different element to the movie that wasn't found in this one. The fact that some of the avatars had different bodies. It was hysterical just to see how, especially Dwayne and Kevin, because they knew their characters from, and even to a lesser extent, Jack, they didn't have the same personalities from the first one. They actually had different personalities put into them, and the way they were able to, especially someone like Dwayne and Danny DeVito, able to capture a similar character was fantastic to see. You know how short Danny DeVito is, and then put him in, I pretty much spoiled it, that particular one. He manages to play that character with so much beauty, and I think giving Dwayne that characteristic was absolutely fantastic, and I wish I would see more Dwayne doing this type of thing. Now, have you seen these 3 delightful movies? Please write it down in the comment section below. I know someone's asked me to review a movie, and I'm just gonna bite the bullet. I am going to watch that movie. So have you seen these delightfully funny action comedies? Please keep watching movies. I think the entertainment industry needs it at the moment with the whole COVID thing. If you can go and see a movie in the theaters, I think absolutely they need it, because when I went to see a couple of movies in theaters, it's barely been enough to fill the whole theater. So I would say, if you're going to go to movie theaters at the moment, please be socially distant. Please be respectful of your fellow movie audiences and the staff, if possible. That's my little PSA. But please continue to support movie industry as we speak. Either go and see it socially distanced in a theatre, or go and rent it on iTunes or Google or wherever you get your entertainment from. Please support, I would say, the theatres and the movie industry as we speak. So I shall see you very soon. Ciao.